Icon Media Direct is a full-service advertising agency in the direct response arena. And we work with small companies to mid-size to Fortune 500 companies. And I guess really what we're involved in is helping companies build brands through a direct response, an accountable advertising model. And I've been doing this model for about 26 years. And it's evolved over the years, obviously, through different channels of distribution, different media channels. And we work and basically bring the American dream alive, I'd say, for entrepreneurs, inventors, and big companies. And we work with big brands and small brands. And then those small brands become big brands. And that's pretty much what we do in a nutshell. Pretty much all companies have unique, aspects to their business, but I think my company is unique in that I think I'm one of the only women-owned, 100% women-owned businesses in this arena of this size. I am a wholly owned company. I have a culture that I believe in and that sets the philosophy and the standards for working really hard and treating our clients' business like our own. It's something that is a big passion of mine. I feel that my employees are passionate about what they do. I spend a lot of money and invest a lot of time in leadership training to help my employees become better leaders. And if they're better leaders, then that is very transparent with my client's business. And we have a big cross-training platform. We do a lot of training, webinar training. I think that's really important in this day and age. And we really try to stay up above in the forefront of new technologies. We have to be a speedboat in our business. And we can't be that big, long, ship that's taking their time to get through, the canal. And we've got to do donuts around these, these big ships that have traditionally been in the marketplace. And that's something that is a culture that is developed from my philosophies, as well as I bring up new leaders and new brain power in the company. I think that it really does make a winning combination between, passion and making our client success really only breeds our success. So it really is all about the client. I grew up in this business as a single mom. And I think my initial driver was just survival. I mean, I had 2 children 25 years ago, young kids, and single mom supporting myself. And I had to work 8-10 hours a day. And in my mind, when you do the calculations, those hours need to count. As a child, my mother, I can remember her coming home from her waitressing job and counting the change in her pocket. And understanding that, wow, a quarter a week for, doing dishes and things like that. There was a value on that quarter, and there was a value on my own mother, working. And I think that as I became a mother and a single mother, I just have an entrepreneur spirit and a passion about just doing things right and making time count. So I wanted to provide a little bit more than a quarter a week. I needed to. I had, bills to pay. I had, food to put on the table, and my children to support. So I think that to me, just being honest and having integrity in what you do, and everybody that I've ever worked for, I've treated that business as though it was my own. And I've been handed opportunities with people that I've worked for. I've been very fortunate to have some wonderful mentors in my life. And I think just paying that forward and just having the passion to do, I never dreamed that I was going to have a company like this. I mean, that wasn't my dream or my focus. I think that if you focus on doing the right thing for the right reasons, ultimately I think these things kind of happen. And I've been dragged through the mud along the way, but you can look back and become a victim on that, or you can look back on life's challenges and create success and create those as stepping ladders to your life. So taking tragedy, taking a lot of very challenging situations in my life and trying to stay positive and never becoming a victim. And being victimized is sometimes out of our control, but it's what you do with it that makes the difference between leadership or success and failure. And I do treat my business and my clients that way with that same philosophy. So I think maybe that's made the difference. That's the only way I can garner that. My first experience in getting into my own business was with partners. And for all the right reasons, and in my mind, I think I was a little naive and maybe taken advantage of a little bit. And I'm not sorry for that experience because it really has made me grown, become smarter, wiser, maybe having a thicker coat, as far as being able to weather, harder storms in my life. But though that partnership started out to be a wonderful story, and it ended up being a pretty bad storm. And the people that I thought I went into a partnership weren't what I thought they were going to be. So I had to sort of escape that partnership in a way. And during my 4-year relationship with these people, I had built, a pretty good media business. And it came to the point where I had to sever that relationship. And it was about the time in 2000 exactly, in the year of 2000. My father was in the hospital with congestive heart failure. I was going through legal battles, and I guess the inspiration of my father laying there, having hours to live, and looking me in the eye and telling me, get out, move on, you'll be fine. So I'm going to cry just talking about that. But that was my inspiration. And with hardships, I moved on. And I've had a guardian angel on my shoulder, and I'm obligated in my life now to really propel. And I think what drives me, and the difference is, when I am faced with challenges, and it happens every day, because this is a business for the brave. It's not for the meek, because we have more challenges and failures than successes. But when you have those challenges and you can weather those storms and you feel confident that there's something on your shoulders watching over you, you're obligated to do the right thing. And I had that obligation for my family as my own individual, and I had a lot of support of wonderful people in my life. And I had to start my own company with my kids' college fund. Had to put a down payment on an office space and use my credit card to buy computers. And I've had offers, we'll go in partnership with you, and it's like, no more partners, please. I don't want to have that nightmare story. And end of the day, just a lot of faith and just a lot of hard work. I missed out on a lot of basketball games and, Girl Scout and Brownie leadership and things like that. But at the end of the day, it was all for the right reasons. And it all boils down to doing things for the right reasons. Naturally, good things happen when you do things naturally for the right reasons. And that's just my philosophy. When your feet get heavy, walk harder. When you think that you can't get up in the morning, look at the sunshine. And if the days are cloudy, try to find some form of light that's going to help you get there. Keep focused. If you lose your focus, that's kind of where people can go awry. And no matter what, integrity and passion are the two key elements, I think, that are going to get anybody anywhere. And so just, follow the light, follow victory, keep that vision. And sometimes if you get veered off, because you will, just go back to the straight and narrow road and figure out how to get back on that road each and every time. So again, just try to take off those cement shoes, because it does happen. No matter how big you are, there's always going to be something trying to weigh you down. But just keep going.